Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm really glad that I'm actually making another video. Hopefully I get this uploaded, by the end of this week. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing great. Myself, I'm doing just fine. Today, guys, I wanted to talk about something personal. Not much very personal, but something everybody goes through and has experienced and will experience and for the rest of the life, for the rest of your life. Something that all of us have to and are willing to be able to change. It won't just help us personally, but it'll make God proud. Who doesn't want to make God proud? And actually, the topic I will be speaking about, as y'all can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about forgiveness. Forgiveness is something I have dealt with all my life, and I know everybody has. But one thing about me personally, guys, I struggle in forgiving others, and it's something that's really, really bad. Why? Because how do you expect God to forgive us if we can't even forgive others? That's something really hard, man. Sometimes bad things happen and we're like, man, heck no, I'm not gonna forgive this person. This person did me so wrong. Never will I talk to this person again. Never will I speak to them or have anything to do with them, blah, blah, blah. Guys, this is horrible. We have to look back at what God has said, You have to forgive those who do you wrong, just as you want Him to forgive us. This is really hard, guys. And for me, well, not for me, but I want y'all to tell me, what is forgiveness to you? What does that mean to you? I have a couple notes that I'm going to share with y'all. I'm going to get my phone, so if y'all see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So, it's all good, right? Alright, so yeah, what is forgiveness to you? And don't just go with what the dictionary says or whatever. What it means to you. Personally, to me, is just if someone does me wrong and it's like really bad, I'm just like, okay, I have to be willing to let that go. And I know, yeah, most of y'all have heard the phrase, forgive and forget. Guys, if you don't forget, you're not forgiving. Let me just let you know that, because some people say, all right, you know what, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget what you did. You're still holding on to that thing, that memory, that hurt, and you still really haven't found forgiveness, or you haven't really given it. And it's tough. I know. Things have happened in my life which is really, really, really hard, and I'm really praying that God helps me forgive certain people for the things that they have done, or whatever things that they have done. It's really hard, but I'm praying for that, guys. Just pray for it, because forgiveness, we need to give it and receive it. No, we need to give it, give it and receive it. It's gonna help both people. And I'll let you know, in a little bit what I mean by that. Alright, the definition of forgiveness according to the dictionary means stop feeling angry or resentment towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. That's one thing, right? Let me tell you what the Bible says about forgiveness. Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you. Alright, guys. Raise of hands. How many times have you asked for forgiveness or have had the chance to forgive somebody else? I know I have, and I've done my share of getting forgiveness from other people. Like, they tell me, hey, forgive me, I'm sorry for what I did, more than what I have forgiven others. And it's tough, guys. And don't say that it's not true. Because let me tell you, sometimes pride gets in between that. And I'm gonna talk about pride in another video. Hopefully next one I'm gonna see which one, comes up. Forgiveness, guys. I mean, pride is gonna get in between you forgiving others and you asking for forgiveness. I'm gonna probably even put it, talk about it here, because you can't have forgiveness without pride being in there. All right, let me share a story with y'all. As y'all could tell, as I told y'all about my brother, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Me and my brother, we lived in the same house for a while. He lived in another state, and he came back. So he lived in the house with us, and whatever. Something had happened between us. We got into a big argument, and I just didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him at all. I was like, man, screw it. I don't care. You hurt my feelings. I'm not going to talk to you ever again. Like, I could go a day without talking to you. So I'm pretty sure I could go farther, without talking to you. Guys, that was evil. That was evil to a whole nother level. Anyways, a couple months passed, and we were like, all right, whatever, whatever. You're my brother. I love you. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. He ended up saying sorry to me, and I was like, all right, cool. I forgive you. Because, at the time I'm going to church, and I'm like, let me forgive him, because that's the right thing to do. And then my brother ended up moving out to his apartment or whatever. Sometimes I'll visit him, and something else happened. We got into another argument. Something where it was horrible. It was just like, dang, I'm not gonna forgive you for that again. That you've hurt me too many times emotionally. I'm not gonna forgive you again. So I don't know if y'all heard, for those who live in Houston, there's this thing that was at Lakewood. Is called Hope and Life, or I don't remember, but it was at Lakewood. Those were Hillsong, Young and Free was there. Anyways, it was a 3-day conference thing, or a 4-day conference thing. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm not sure. I don't really remember, but I went to 2 of them. The first one I went to was on a Thursday. And, I just felt like God spoke to me. I was like, hey, man, I feel so bad for what happened between me and my brother. And that was already a month. Once that thing happened again, where we weren't talking to each other anymore, that was like a couple months. That was a few good months. I'm not sure how many, but it was a good couple months. And then, I went to it again, and I was like, man, I should have invited him. I should invite him to it. I should talk to him. And the days passed by, I didn't talk to him at all. And that was the week, that was in that week, and then a couple days passed, we didn't talk. And on that Saturday, the next Saturday of the following week, was when I found out that my brother wasn't going to be here, wasn't here anymore. I'm not going to cry. My brother wasn't here, guys. Pride is one of the things that will get in between you and other people. Hold on, guys. Pride is going to get in between you and other people, guys. And this is the truth. Whether you want to admit it or not and say that you're not prideful, maybe you are. Maybe it's you who's the one that's stopping from things happening. I know it personally. I had so much pride. I didn't want to talk to my brother. And until I felt God speaking to me. And let me tell you this. On Friday, I had gone to Bible study and I wanted to invite my brother. I wanted to tell him, I'm like, hey, come with me. I want to talk to you. I just want to let you know that I forgive you. And sorry as well if I made you feel bad. And sadly, guys, I wasn't able I wasn't able to say that to my brother. And here's when the part where I tell y'all, forgiveness isn't for the other person. Forgiveness is for yourself. I have tortured myself so much, in the beginning when I found out that he passed away. I was like, man, why didn't I just talk to him? Why couldn't I get a goodbye? Get a last hug? And I love you. I'm sorry, guys, if you are gonna see a lot of clips of me going back and forth. It's just, I really don't want to put my crying out there. I don't want you to think, not that I think that you are gonna think wrong of me, but it's not something that I want to put out. I don't want to put out anything negative, but at the same time, I want to let y'all know that this is real. Things like this happen in real life. I wish, guys, I would have asked my brother for forgiveness and I could have received it from him. It's horrible feeling, and I don't know if someone out there has experienced the same thing that I'm going through, or that I went through, whatever. I didn't get to tell my brother I love you. I didn't get to give him a hug. I didn't get to tell him anything, so guys, forgiveness is something that's required in life in order for you to live a happy and godly life. Let me share another verse with y'all. The Bible tells us that no matter how many times someone does us wrong, receive forgiveness from them if they ask you first, for forgiveness. Matthew 18:21-22 says, Then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? Jesus said to him, I do not say to you 7 times, but 70 times 7. It's hard to forgive somebody when they have done you wrong so many times. I mean, have you had that one person, whether it's a friend, a family member, or whatever, that they're like, hey, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. Or, hey, sorry, this happened. Or, hey, I crashed your car, sorry, this happened. You get tired of it. You get irritated and you're like, what the heck are you doing in my life? If all you're causing is hurt and pain and all you keep making is mistakes. It's hard to accept the person in, a person like that. It's devastating. You just want to slap them or punch them or something. No, don't punch them or nothing. But it's really hard, guys. And I've been there. I have certain people that I know that always do the wrong things, and I'm like, man, I don't want to forgive you, but I have to, because the Bible lets me know that that's something I have to do. And it doesn't literally mean forgive the person 77 times 7. I think that's what it said. 70 times 7, sorry. It doesn't literally mean that, but that's just like an estimate. If you multiply that, I don't want to do the math, but I know it's not a big number, But you have to forgive them more than that. Like, that's just a big number for say. Just keep forgiving the person no matter what they do. Forgive them. Jesus lets us know that forgiveness is mandatory. Forgiveness is because it doesn't matter how many times people make mistakes. We ask God for forgiveness all the time. I don't know about you, but I know I do. I'm like, Lord, sorry I have sinned today. I'm sorry I've holding grudges against somebody. I'm sorry that I almost wanted to cuss this person out in traffic because they just went inside my lane while I'm over here waiting forever and they don't even put their blinkers on or anything. Forgive them. It's hard, guys. Just the little things. Jesus lets us know that forgiveness is mandatory. We have to do it no matter what. You're asking God for forgiveness. They're like, Lord, I'm sorry. I say you're in front of him. You're like, Lord, I'm sorry. He's like, no, I don't forgive you. You've made too many mistakes. How would we feel? We'd feel horrible. I personally would. I would not want God telling me that. I'd be like, Lord, I'm so sorry. No, child, bye. No, I don't forgive you. You've said this to me too many times. You've done this too many times. And also, guys, it's not an excuse for us to keep doing something. Let me just be clear with that. If you keep making the same mistake intentionally and still asking for forgiveness, it's not right. Just putting it out there. It's not right. Because God knows your heart. God knows everybody's heart and he will judge accordingly. But if someone intentionally, they don't mean it, I mean, forgive them. Even if they're doing it because they want to. Like, hey, I gave you the wrong something over and over again. Like, hey, what the heck? Anyways, you have to learn to forgive, guys. That's basically it, guys. Wrapping it up for forgiveness. I have a few blogs. I haven't posted in a while, but I have a few blogs. I'll put it down on where you could go read them about forgiveness. And ones that I talk about actually my mom and me. Me and my mom have a past, but yeah, I could read about that in the blog thing. It was a tough one, a tough video to make, but I feel like people need to learn. People need to hear this more often because it's something that's happening so much that we forget about it. We're like, forgiveness is nothing, when in reality it's the most important thing there is. God forgives us for our sins. How can we not forgive others for theirs? Anyways, guys, if I have any prayer requests, I'll leave my email down below so y'all could email me. I'll leave, or y'all could just leave a comment. It doesn't matter. If y'all want to be open about it, y'all go ahead. If not, if y'all want to be personal, my email will be right there for y'all. Y'all could contact me anytime. I don't get the Yahoo messages from my phone, but I do get my email alerts, so that would be better. If someone posts, I would have to go through my Gmail. That one doesn't really let me know much when I have, but I do check them. Thanks for the people who have, gave their condolences about the loss of my brother. I appreciate that, guys. Y'all are awesome. I had some people message me and others, leave a comment, and I'm very grateful for that, guys, because y'all care, and that's great. I'm very glad that I don't know people and they still care. That's a blessing. But anything else that I have to say, I'll probably say in another video. So yeah, guys, I hope I have a great day. And also remember to give a smile to the world. Thank God for another day of life, because tomorrow is never promised. So guys, take care. Have a blessed day, wonderful day, week, and see you next time.